And welcome back to Roll For It. This is episode number 20. It's crazy. I know we just said it last week that we had done 19, but this is episode number 20. This is crazy. For those that haven't been paying a lot of attention to this story, I'll catch you up where we're at. Not the whole recap, but just the last couple of weeks. Our band of adventurers here, hesitantly called heroes, have been traveling across the realm of Aldenia in search of powerful artifacts in order to reverse a, let's say, immortality that they have given to the court wizard that has taken over the kingdom and revealed himself to be from the former kingdom of Din and the dynasty that lived there and whatnot. And so they went to Witch Head, they went underneath, they killed a revenant, they got a crystal egg. They met up with Aris again and went and saw her mom, and they revealed to them that they're in fact Fae. And Jonesy didn't like that, and Aris tried to, kind of redeem a little bit by teaching his bear how to barrel roll and knock people down and then fight. And then they made their way to Last Drink. Did a little bit of vendoring, did a little bit of buying stuff, got some spells, got some weapons, sold a really good sword for a really low price, and then got drunk and went to an underground fighting ring, and that's where Jonesy got into a fight with the reigning champion, Brenda the Wench, and barely won with the, let's say, good fortune of his friend Ginkgo being there and healing him. And Cruvin attempting to also help out, roused the guards' suspicions, and they were like, "Nuh-uh, this ain't happening." And they tried to take them both and put them in custody. And Ginkgo turned himself into a rat and is scurrying around somewhere. Cruvin kind of did the old break the wrist and walk away kind of thing, and dipped into the kitchen and is now hiding in a cupboard behind some pots. And we'll pick up with Ubruk, Aris, and Jonesy sitting around the table where I just lost his name. Ciaru, the bard from Jonesy's background, is kind of chilling, and you guys notice that he's starting to give money away to all the people that had made bets.
I want to kind of really casually address the closest one of the authority members in kind of the way that you would perceive, in a police department where they have like the old retired cop that comes in who isn't really a cop anymore, but everybody's super friendly to him because there's that grandpa vibe going on.
Yeah.
Like that. I want to kind of be like, well, you know how it is, and pull out my assistant deputy uniform and put it on in front of the cop, and just be kind of like, well, when someone gets kind of up in your face like that, you got to do what you got to do, and kind of have lean really hard on the camaraderie of companionship of being like, yeah, we're both cops kind of thing.
So two of the guards are at the bottom of the stairs to this kind of basement brawl situation, and two of them are making their way towards your table. They're about 10 feet away, so you're putting on your uniform. What do you want to say?
Put on my uniform.
Tabard.
I want to look disappointed. I want to go, it's a shame it had to go down like that.
The older of the two guards walking towards you, you'd surmise him to be of a higher rank, though rank is not denoted on their uniforms, looks at you and goes, "So, where's your friends?"
Sorry, what?
The two that were trying to help you.
I was in the ring with my eyes full of sand. I don't know what you're talking about.
Fair enough. Okay. He turns around and motions to the two at the stairs, and they start fanning out and looking around. And
what do
so
you need him for?
He looks back at you and he goes, this whole underground fighting ring isn't necessarily underground. It's just kind of recreation. We don't really advertise it because the king, former king, I guess you could say, The new guy's not much better, but the former king didn't really like underground fighting. He preferred that we reserved everybody for the once a year kind of pit fighting thing in the kingdom. Anyway,
Does he
so-
recognize my uniform?
oh yeah,
Because I'm the authority of that kingdom.
yeah.
And I'd be, well, you're right. They really do kind of frown on the underground clubs. But, I mean, I'll keep this a secret if you do.
Well, considering he's dead, I don't know who you're gonna tell, but
I would tell my
Okay.
boss who I work for. I got this job after we found out that the king was corrupt.
roll a
He's a
persuasion. Starting it off right.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's not buying it. He's like, look, tell whoever you want to tell. Doesn't matter to me.
Hold on a second. I got a skill that I'm way better with. Subtle threats. I mean, really, it's a power thing, you know, with the new ruler. I mean, sure, he's evil and omniscient and invincible and can roll through your town and pillage their own desires. I mean, why wouldn't you want to buddy up to that kind of power and you know, be directly transcribable to them and, you know, be connected to that kind of power to, like, you know, level a town, a small town.
Do you want to roll intimidation?
Yes.
Alright, just go for it. Alright.
That's right.
Yeah, so he looks at you and goes, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we wouldn't really want to cross him. Though, to be fair, he has been sending hordes of undead at us anyways, so I'm not sure what more he could do outside of him coming here. But if you're implying that you're working for him, that would
hold
make
on a
you
second.
part of his...
I work for the police department of the town. Do you talk to your boss's boss's boss? Maybe in a small town, but not in a big one like that one up there. I'm just telling you, I got a line. I got a red phone. Oh, damn it, not a red phone. What's a metaphor for a red phone?
He's gonna be like, all right, look, stop. You're wearing the tabard of the Royal Guard of the King. That means the king is your boss, as it were. Either you got it for some ceremonial heroic feat, or you're actually a member of the guards of the city of Edinburgh and the castle. In which case, your jurisdiction doesn't quite reach out here. We respect the guard nonetheless, so we will still kind of, you know, bend to your whim a little bit. But you gotta understand,
what,
last
I'll
drink
cut you
isn't
a-
as small fish as you think.
I'm gonna cut you a break. I'm gonna take my friends whenever I find them, and I'm gonna get out of your town. We got 2 business transactions to wrap up before we go. We're paying your vendors. It's good economy. And then we're gonna head on out. We're gonna forget this whole thing with Brenda the Wench. She gets to go on and recover. We get to go on being the Royal Guard. You get to go on having a thriving, happy city.
He looks you kind of dead in the eyes. His smirk kind of fades a little bit, and he goes, I don't think you understand what's really going on here.
My intimidation did not land, did it?
It did a little bit, but not as much as you think.
I thought 24 would have made him piss himself. But, okay. What's going on then?
The underground fighting ring isn't exactly sanctioned by the castle and the city of Edinburgh, nor would we recognize the authority of the court wizard that's taken over. But, hypothetically, let's say everything as you say is exactly as it is. You wouldn't even need to leave town. You realize that cheating in the arena just means that everybody that bet on the fight gets their bets returned, and you are not the champion. It's literally like a bar fight. You don't even get in trouble. We wouldn't even arrest you. There's literally no downside to this.
Okay. I'm getting
The
my
only
friends out of here,
thing, the only thing is the 2 people that assisted you. We were going to take them to the guard station, check them out, make sure they're not up to some nefarious shit, and then let them go.
though. Okay. Well, reading that situation, I, as a representative of the Royal Guard of the City of Edinburgh, can attest to them, and we can skip the interview.
Roll be a persuasion. Fine. We'll skip the interview. But whichever one healed you will need to publicly apologize. Right now, to the group.
I'm gonna give a little squeak squeak.
I don't think anybody here speaks rat.
But I'm a rat, and they don't know that, so
Of course. They hear a squeak coming from the back corner.
there you go.
Well, you'll have to take that up with him. You guys have a great night. I turn around and look at the table and look at all the empty beers, and then I look over at Obrook. Be like, I was watching the table.
They were delicious, by the way.
Okay, while that was all happening, I need a stealth roll from Mr. Cruven.
Would I have heard any of that? How far away was it?
You're like 20 feet and then around the corner of the door of the kitchen, so you're about 30, 40 feet away. You might have heard words, but
Yeah, I'll roll for that though.
yeah.
Check.
You can roll a perception, see if you heard any of that, and then I also need stealth.
Okay.
'Cause you're
There's
hiding.
That, and there's that.
Alright, you didn't hear shit.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Okay. So, while you're sitting there, ear pressed up against the door of the cupboard that you're hiding in, you hear a guard kind of step close, and then the door of the cupboard opens about 2 inches, and he looks down, and you're hiding behind a pot, and he sees the pot and goes, nothing there, and then keeps on walking. The second guard comes over and goes, you barely even looked in it, opens it all the way, and the pot fumbles to the ground, and he's staring at you directly in the face. And he goes, hey, how's it going?
Hey. Pretty good.
Where's your friend?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
You guys saw where I was. I was pinned on the ground.
No, we believe you.
Yeah.
You're muted, Dirk.
Sorry, I was eating a cookie.
No worries.
Can I see Cruven?
No, he's around the corner. In the
Okay,
kitchen.
The guards were all looking around. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
start looking for Cruven. Mostly underneath tables for right now.
Okay. You find
I'm
Flint
gonna-
so far.
I'm gonna run over and get in Jonesy's bag.
Okay. So the guard's looking at you, Cruven, and he goes, did you try and take a chair from somebody?
I was trying to sit down.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you yelled out at the guy that was
I didn't yell
fighting,
anything.
hey, take this chair.
I didn't yell anything.
Okay. Watch yourself. And then he just walks away.
Sounds good. I'm gonna get out of the cabinet.
Okay. As you step into the main room, you see Jonesy bending underneath tables, calling your name.
I'm over here.
Oh, we're good to go. There's no
I got that. Yeah, I picked it up. Noticed. Alright.
We've killed a lot of time. We should go check with that armorer, yeah?
Sounds like a good idea. Did you
Yeah.
pick up our gold by chance?
Oh, yeah. Turns out they don't like foul play. They had a whole
Right.
thing about foul play. So you
Don't
know
they
what we're
just
gonna
give
do?
it back though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll go take that up at the bar.
Alright, I'm gonna go get my money.
Okay. So you walk over to Ciaru, and you're in a line. Looks like about 4 or 5 people deep, and Ciaru doesn't look impressed. He's standing on the edge of the table, and he's just handing out coins, checking a little ledger that he's made, and handing out more coins to more people.
Can I get a character backup on Ciaru? Like,
Sure.
we know each other from the old days, during the fights and the pageantry of the fights, and how it's kind of it's not always a 100% environment.
Right.
You
guys are boys.
He looks for Does this guy like look for payouts? Because he's a money guy, right?
No, he's always been more of a plays for the people kind of thing. He accepts tips, but he doesn't charge for any kind of playing that he ever does. This is the first time that you've ever actually seen him handle the money. Genuinely, when you were wrestling for whatever group that you were wrestling for at the time, they had different people that handled the money, and you and Ciaro just traveled around, and he would play, your theme song and play a bunch of music for you.
He's not a fence then.
You guys are boys, but he's not going to try and swindle for you or fence anything. Of course, he might have connections.
Okay. I'll keep that in my head.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and sneak a conversation with him when he's free.
Okay.
I'll wait for Kruven, and I'm gonna start getting my bag together. Look inside, see Ginkgo, kind of cinch it back up, but leave a little air hole.
Okay.
Just put it on the chair.
He has the bag of holding, right? That he's not in it now. Okay, good, because that would be.
Yeah. No,
we've been there before. All right. Kruven, you finally make it up to the gnome bard who is standing at the table, and he's looking at you, and he's like, "Great job! You just cost everybody in this room a lot of money."
It wasn't me. It was definitely the guy that healed him. I don't know who that was, but fuck that guy.
Roll persuasion. He looks at you and goes, "Yeah, fuck that guy." And he hands you back your gold pieces. Whatever it was that you had bet.
4,000, I think?
5,000.
I think you guys
5,000
bet
we agreed?
5, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna immediately put that into the bag of holding.
You can't. It's currently
Oh.
a rat.
Oh, is it on him? I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, then I'll put it on me.
Okay. Keep in mind that's going to be pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not encumbered yet.
Got to be pretty close with that amount of gold.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah. The line's starting to thin now, Jonesy. There's not a lot of people around. Looks like
I
Ciara's
gotta
just
talk
finishing
to
up.
Kruven first about this.
All right.
I'm gonna pull him a little bit aside and away from the table, out of earshot of the rest of the guys. Out of earshot of specifically that Faye girl sitting at the table who's probably got amazing perception.
She does.
I turn my back to her and I'm like trying to be super casual about body language, and I go to Kruven, I'm like, so how irked are you about that sword price thing?
Pretty irked.
You're a man of means, and I mean you've got tools and a skill set.
That's what I was thinking.
And I mean, if we can do another exchange after we solve that, come away from the town with a little bit of money. I mean, I'm not 100% happy with the way that things went down tonight, and I think this town owes us some money.
Aye. I'm on board.
You feel a tap on your shoulder, Jonesy.
I look around.
RS is standing behind you.
I'm looking at her expectantly.
She looks at you and goes, "You guys are always so quick to jump to more nefarious sorts. Why don't we go talk to him? I can make you somewhat more charismatic."
You want to go talk to a man who already did a trade with us?
I
so
nudge
that he
him.
just
I
gives
nudge
us
him.
more money?
I'm nudging Jonesy and then say,
uh,
more charismatic. It's worth a try.
Okay. You know what? You're seeming to be an influence of good for the most part. Let's try things your way.
She looks at you and goes, "Look, clearly you're upset about the sword. Either you didn't know what you had and you sold it for a ridiculously low price, or if he didn't tell you. Either way, there is such a thing called buyer's remorse, or in this case, seller's remorse. You could just get it back."
Okay, I'm going to say something to Kruven that she won't understand. If not, Dick Splint. And I smile and I go, Explain.
She looks back at you and goes, "What does your bear have to do with this?"
I just smile genially. Let's try it your way. Let's try it your way.
Okay.
Did Urbrick hear any of this conversation?
Roll perception. Nope. It's fucking crickets for you, sir.
Bar full of crickets. Yeah, let's.
Oh, also, I need a con save from Ubrick
Oh yeah, you've been drinking.
with disadvantage.
So I roll it twice.
Just click it once; it'll automatically roll twice. We take the lower number. Wow.
Impressive.
Wow, the drinking the last couple of days has really started to coat your stomach lining, and you don't get quite as hammered as you did a couple days ago. So you're a little tipsy. But generally fine.
You're gonna get along well in this group.
So Aris looks back at you and goes, "Where's the druid?"
He's here. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go. And then she kind
For
of
a
walks
person
up
with
the
such
stairs.
great ears, you got shit for eyes.
She wasn't looking at you when he did that.
I know. I'm just taking a small stab at her because she got her way, and I'm not 100% happy about it because I'm an old curmudgeon.
She didn't even roll particularly well in her perception. It was only a 13. Well,
Jeez.
plus 10 because of modifier, but still. She's perceptive as fuck, like you had said. Her passive's 22.
Stupid. Ugh. That's those
Yeah.
ranger stats, is what that is.
Well, yeah, she's multi-class. I'll give you her character sheet when we're done this campaign, so you can see how fucking perceptive she is. It's crazy. Anyway, that's enough meta. So she leads you guys up the stairs. You guys all following?
I'm heading that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
So you
I got
guys-
my
Not,
bag.
not trying to stumble.
You guys got all your stuff. You won't be stumbling. You're only tipsy. If that con save had gone badly for you, you might be stumbling, but you're good. You don't have to do any high fives with the floor, so you're good. So you guys make your way out of the little textile plant. You make your way outside. Aris is waiting for you outside, and she goes, "Okay, where to first? We going to the armor, or are we going to the wizard guy to pick up your... Oh, wait, no, you gotta go to the armor and then get it
Armor
enchanted."
first.
Okay. Let's go. And she starts leading the way down the path. You guys heading all going to the armor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys... Oh,
I was just gonna look in my backpack and kind of be like, "You want to stay here? You want to walk?" Once for yes, I'll stay in the bag, or turn into a life-size human for no.
I'm just gonna lay down.
Okay.
all right.
Cinch back up. Armor.
Aris was aware of everything you just said to your bag.
I wasn't hiding it.
Okay, so you guys make your way to the armor shop, and you guys are outside, and Aris looks at you guys and goes, "So, who's doing the negotiating?"
I'm gonna turn to Ars and go, "What negotiating? We're here to pick up armor."
Yeah,
Well-
and apparently you're also here to pick up a sword that Jonesy sold unintentionally, or something. I don't know.
Okay.
We're gonna get a better rate of exchange. with the sword.
Fair enough.
Feel pretty swindled, but I don't know how to go about that situation. It's Aris's plan. And Aris is gonna tell us all about her plan and how to fix it.
I'm
Aris-
back at Aris.
Aris looks you in the eyes and goes, all I gotta do is cast a spell. With that, you become the most charming individual this man has ever met. For a
Okay,
very
that's the plan.
short period of time.
So you want me to go in there and honestly ask him for more money, or to abuse my powers as a charming man to swindle him out of money, rather than just deliberately swindling him out of money, which would be just simply solving the problem with magic that we were going to solve with magic.
No, I'd say you go in there and you either pay and get your sword back, or you ask for a more reasonable rate of exchange. He's a small town armorer. I doubt he's going to give you what the sword is worth, because I doubt he even has it.
That's fair. How much did he give me for that? History score?
Yeah, you can roll history while I look through my notes.
Really should. 1,250, right? Or was that 5,000 split?
You did some deal.
Yeah,
You
you
did some
did.
deal
You
with
did
them.
a deal because the staff was 2,300 down to 2,000, and your armor was 1,800 was after that. So 1,800 is how much he gave you for it.
And then he wanted to sell it for 75,000.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's okay. I'm gonna go inside. Do your thing. Lay it on me.
Okay. She just
make me charming.
she kind of waves her hand a little bit, presses her hand to the side of your face. You feel tingly, but you feel good.
Okay. And then I look over at Kruven and I kind of give him a nod. And then I gesture. Okay, let's go. Let's head inside.
Are you all going inside?
I'm definitely going.
Okay.
Before Kruven starts to step, I nudge him and say, I got a backup plan in case this falls through.
We got like 4. Don't worry.
let's do them all.
Aris nudges you and goes, "Hey, we don't need a backup plan." She's looking directly in Ubruk's eyes.
I lean over and I go, no, I'm sure everything is gonna go perfect. Wait, let me fail a bluff check. Oh, well. Never mind.
That's
I'm sure everything's gonna go perfect.
So that's a 36. Everybody believes you wholeheartedly.
Right.
Inward.
21 modifier. Okay.
No, you have advantage, plus it's 15 on top of that.
God. Okay.
You're literally the most
Hey.
charming person in the world right now.
I make a big showy entrance then.
There you go.
Buddy! Hey! It's your favorite customers.
The armorer looks over and notices there's something different about you, and he's just like, "Hey!"
I know, it's because I got all beat up. I look way better with the bruises
Yeah.
than I don't. It's a barbarian thing. It's a barbarian thing.
Right, you seem
Yeah.
a little bit more outgoing.
Yeah. After a fight, it's the adrenaline. Brings my personality forward, really. It makes me a lot more charming.
I can tell.
I'm going to dive right into the personal questions. How old are you?
40.
40. What's retirement age in these day and age? I mean, like, life expectancy isn't quite what it used to be in the smaller towns, am I right?
About 40.
Yeah? Yeah, you should be retired by now, right?
Yeah, I don't have a son to take over the shop, and it doesn't really make as much as it used to, given that, adventurers and travelers have kind of ceased to exist since the undead started attacking. And with
I
the
know.
children, with the children going missing now, like, pretty much only guards are going out there to try and find them, and yeah.
Honestly, I don't see that why you should be putting yourself through such a burden of having all of this shit that you've got to protect.
I don't have to protect
I
it.
think-
The guards protect it.
The guards?
Yeah, I'm in
The guards that just-
I'm in the city, and they protect the city.
How long is that going to last?
Presumably forever. Unless,
That's
the
the
city was
dream,
to fall.
isn't it? Right?
Yeah,
That's
so
what you
true.
think when you sign up to be a citizen. But, I mean, you're right against Edinburgh. Right?
Well, we're like 6 hours away. But yeah, fair
That's
enough.
next door, right?
As
that's
next door as anywhere else is, yeah.
That's not even an overnight march.
Well,
You could wake
Maybe.
up one morning and your walls would be on fire. Anyway, sorry. Listen to me being all gloomy. I'm gonna put that notion in your head. I mean, really, I was here talking about your retirement. Wouldn't that be sweet? You know, if you just took that sword on the wall and wandered off into the distance and let someone else take over your shop. You could be a nomad. You could see the world.
I could.
Haven't you always
only,
wanted to see the world? And I really try to sell that.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, fuck.
So that's a 34. And he goes, yeah, I have really wanted to see the world. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds for it. I mean, if I had the funds
Right?
for it, I totally would.
What you need is a big city exchange. I mean, you know, I don't mean to diss you out here, but, you know, small town. Well, not a small town, but, you know, you have less money running through a town. You get less on the exchange. Items that you know, that could be worth a lot of money, you just won't get buyers for. It's not the right market for it.
Yeah, there's certain items that you just won't get buyers for regardless, because, you know, they're too good or cursed or whatever.
But Edinburgh, back in its heyday, I mean, a castle city, that's got a lot of clientele running through it, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty much holding out for anybody that's going to be rich enough to buy that sword, if that's what you're referring to.
So if Edinburgh turned back to a bustling city, you could take your sword and go sell it in Edinburgh and live in a castle city.
Well, not likely. Only person that'd be able to afford this sword would be a king.
Okay, I got to go a different direction with this.
He
You ever
he
armed
looks
for a king before?
He goes, well, no, not personally. My family used to a bunch of years back, and then they kind of attempted to take over the world, and then got killed. And yeah,
Happens.
yeah. No,
Who has?
I mean, let's be honest. I'm not that good of an armorer. I'm a small town armorer. You know, what can I do? No king would hire me. I just don't have that level of craftsmanship, and at 40, I don't expect I'm going to grow that much to begin with. You know, I get a little bit better, yeah, but
I see you more as a manager than having to work with your hands. I mean, really, if you got tied in with somebody that knew the new leadership of Edinburgh, then really you could do great things. You could manage the forges rather than having to work in them, and that would be a great spot for you to retire in. Really, that's just paperwork.
well, generally forges are managed by the owner, and then the economy is run by the king.
That's not how it works in a castle, though. If you work in a castle, it's a closed community. That's bureaucracy.
Roll deception, since you're trying to overtly lie to him. Okay, so he looks at you and he's like, "Yeah, maybe that might work. What are you offering?"
Well, two things. Either I could hook you up with the new king when I've got the inside scoop. I know Edinburgh's about to change hands, get new leadership. I can get you a cushy job in there, and then I can take the sword off your hands as payment. Or I can take the sword off your hands right now and go sell it for you because I'm connected with the new leadership.
So either way, you're
I make
either
you
gonna
rich.
you're gonna take the sword, and I've got to trust your guys' word that you're not gonna backstab me.
No, not these guys. My word.
Sure, fine. Either way, I have to trust your word that you're not gonna try and backstab me.
I would come back here with a cushy job for you or money for you.
Tell you what. Give me back the 1800. You take back your sword. You sell it to whoever you want to sell it.
Fine, deal.
Okay. He goes over, grabs the sword, hands it to you. and goes back behind the counter. And he says, "By the way, a word of caution. Don't accept any less than 75,000 gold for Bashiok's blade."
Who?
Bashiok. Wow,
The-
keep forgetting you guys aren't from around here.
Snake? Is that the Snake King? I know Bashiok. He was the third cousin of Lysander, the the dragon guy.
I've never heard that tale, friend, but he was the last one. He was the last adventurer, as you will, to stand up against the Demi-Lich. He was part of the crew with the guy, with the rings. You guys heard of the fable of the Rings of the Dead, right?
This
I elbow
guy-
Jonesy, and I just say, yeah,
Well,
we're gonna want that.
he had a crew. One of them, his name was Bashiok, and he had this wicked sword from all the legends, and it was wicked powerful, and he eventually got killed, and nobody knows where the sword went, and then lo and behold, you walk into my shop with Bashiok's blade. Literally one of the rarest swords in existence. I'd be a fool if I didn't try and buy it from you.
Huh. Cool. I take 1,800 gold pieces out of. I think I put. Did I just dump them in the bag of holding, or did I add them to my inventory?
I'm not sure. Whatever you did. I think maybe
Okay,
you were keeping a little bit on you. I'm not sure.
Regardless, I will take 1,800 gold pieces and hand
Okay.
them back over the counter. Can you, for a small fee, tell me approximately the combat values of this item? Bashiok's blade? Unlike
Check
a scale from on a scale from like 1D, I mean 1/8.
Check Skype. I already sent it.
Fucking sweet. I'm assuming I have to attune to this.
Yes. It is magic after all. Not cursed, but magic. Well, you wouldn't know if it's cursed, so I just, totally was meta for a second. But anyway, it's good. It's real good. It's basically...
It's wicked, wicked awesome.
Wicked.
steals
Okay,
the strength of your foes. Yeah, so the armorer looks at you and he goes, in responding to your question, he goes, "Well, they say that this sword cast down many a foe. And when he was traveling with the ring bearer, this evil bastard before he became the Lich, he was, for all intents and purposes, the enforcer of the group, and for every person he'd slain, he'd grow even more. So, eventually, he just became so powerful that the Lich was threatened, and took him out. Cancel out the competition."
Never mind. It's a dumb question.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna take this item and I'm gonna tell the guys I'm good. I just need to pick up my armor from you, Mr. Man.
Ah, right. He turns around, just grabs this half plate and just slaps it down on the desk and goes, "There you are."
Awesome. It's a +4 blade. Holy shit. Sorry.
That's a +2 to attack. Damage is +4.
Right.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
yeah.
pick up my plate and put it on my half plate.
Yep.
Okay.
You are now wearing half plate.
Was there anything else we needed here, guys?
I don't think I need anything. Groovin?
I think that was all you
we got
needed
everything.
here. You wanted to go back
Yeah.
to the enchanter to get your AC put on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you were the only one that needed stuff right now because we got our stuff prior.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause your stuff wasn't ready.
I'll stop holding us up post haste then, and to thank the guy, grab the armor, and skedaddle. Let's head to the.
Jeez, Jonesy, you're not even going to tip the guy? Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna flick 50 gold coin to the armor.
Making it rain on the man.
The armor kind of looks at you and he's like, "Fuck is this for?"
Tip.
Thanks. Kind of tucks it into his shirt. Keep in mind, you're not the most charming man in the world. You're standing next to him, but you're not him.
I know.
Okay.
Uh,
Also, you're playing a tiefling. Probably not a great choice if you want to be nice. No, it's fine. You're just reversing the stereotype, right?
Mm-hmm.
One
Bringing it back.
one armor master at a time. All right, so you guys want to head to the enchanter?
Please.
yes, please.
Okay. As you guys are making your way across town to head north, the 30-minute walk all the way across town, you guys pass the couple of different taverns, even a brothel, and you make it past the guards' kind of establishment that they've got, like an outpost or whatever, and you see a friendly face. As you guys are walking by, Cliff is standing outside, seems to be drinking, and he's leaning against the wall, and he looks at Jonesy, still kind of covered in sand, and he's like, "Hey, heard you got into a little bit of a scuffle with Brenda.
A little bit.
How'd that go?"
I look over at him and say, "You were there. We were cheering together."
He's like, "Oh my god, you're right."
How much did you have to drink? Do you remember?
He does not remember. The DC on that is incredibly high, and he rolled a 17, which wasn't high enough. He is hammered.
You were a legend. You were a legend. I know, but you placed some bets, I think, on Brenda the Wench. I'm pretty sure. I mean, tell you what, if you want to pay everything back, just go to my man in the basement there and tell him Jonesy sent you about the thing. And you should it'll be a little bit easier on your wallet.
He looks at you and he's just like, "But I heard that there was, like, friends involved, which meant the bets were nullified."
I thought you didn't remember anything, buddy. Your memory's shaky at best right now, and I'm charismatic as fuck.
Yeah, but you didn't roll persuasion or anything, so...
All right. Oh.
No,
It
you're
might
still
be wearing off.
you're still persuasive as fuck.
Okay.
And he's just the spell lasts for an hour, by the way.
Oh, cool.
So he's like, "All right, I'll see the gnome."
Yeah.
Hey, hey! While I got you guys here, huddle in. Guys, come on, huddle in. Hey, you with the weird ears, come here. Okay, so look at the bulletin board. And then he kind of steps inside the hut. There's a bulletin board about a foot over to the left from where he was standing.
I go over a foot to the left.
Yeah, a bunch of papers with some lines on it all over the place.
I'm gonna go try to read it.
Okay.
Right. I look
Roll,
at it contemplatively and I go,
Roll perception
pictures.
for Mr. Grooven. Wait, no, you'd be rolling. Fuck it, doesn't matter. You can read. What the fuck am I making you roll for? You read that it says, there's a couple different notices. One of them says urgent at the top, and it says, if you notice anybody trying to lead children away from town, stop them and alert the guards immediately. So far, there are 11 children missing from the town. Looking for all tips, please get in touch with Cliff or the guard of the captain's guard.
What's this say?
I'm gonna relay that back. Is there any picture,
Okay.
just like showing
Nope.
what it might look like? No, nothing. Okay.
All you
Words?
know is that so far, yeah, it's just a page with a bunch of words on it. It says that reward will be given. Doesn't list a gold amount or anything like that, but 11 missing children. Any suspicious activities, notify guards, yada yada yada. The typical stuff.
Is there a bunch of them or just one?
One main one. It looks like there's a bunch pinned underneath it. And as you
I'm
kind
gonna
of
rip
rifle
one of
through,
those
you
off.
notice that. Okay. So you rip the top
Oh.
one off, and it says
Yeah.
11. You notice the one underneath it says 10 children have gone missing.
That's fine.
And there looks to be about
Right.
9 more pages of paper underneath that one.
Blacksmith mentioned this.
Mhm.
I'm not 100% comfortable with people going missing. That sucks.
Roll history, everybody.
I don't know shit.
None of you are historic. Oh wait, there's Nick. Okay. Nick, you recall the chorus of the song as you guys walked in. The song that Ciaru was singing, that he had mentioned after when he came to sit by the table. That he wrote it about things going on in the kingdom.
Okay.
It says that.
That's what it says.
I'll get you.
I-
Hold on.
Yeah, I do just recall that. That was some fucked up shit.
Well, this does seem like a conundrum, but I mean, really, we gotta go save a whole kingdom right now. Why don't we go see what's going down with Ed and Brooke, and then we'll come back, and if it's 12 or 13 kids, we'll look into it.
I got the
Okay.
notice.
Sure. Save the kingdom first.
To the armorer. Or to the wizard.
Nick, check Discord. Alright, yeah, so what are you guys doing? You're going to the enchanter guy first?
Yeah, I want to get there before my charm wears off.
It's gonna wear off regardless.
Big town then.
Oh, wait! No, 30-minute walk. You guys have only been hanging out for about... Yeah, you'll get there with barely enough time left on it. So you guys get there, you walk in,
Okay, I'm
and
gonna
you see
walk straight up to
the...
the counter right away. Then I want to capitalize on this. Excuse
Alright.
me, sir. I'm here to improve the armor of my shield or this plate. Let's rock and roll.
He looks at you and he goes, okay, you want 1 or 2?
Dose.
Okay.
What's the like? You are a wizard, right?
Well, I've never been
sleep.
called a wizard.
You
I've
read
been...
books.
I'm an enchanter. I mean, let's be realistic.
Ah, come on. You're a wizard. Compared to me, you're a wizard.
Well,
Um,
compared
and
to you,
I
I'm
mean-
pretty sure anybody's a wizard.
Gonna ignore that.
He nudges you a little bit.
I'm gonna put one of my really meaty hands on his shoulder to let him know that simultaneously that wasn't okay and I'm in control of this conversation.
Okay.
I know you don't sleep. I've had friends that were wizards. I have a friend I think is kind of a wizard. He's into some dark shit, but we're not gonna talk about that. I know you practice some stuff maybe you're not 100% comfortable with. What's the craziest level you could help me out with? Like maybe you're not 100% comfy. Maybe you want
What's-
to experiment.
What kind of gold you got? What are you looking at?
Whoa! I'm helping you out here. What you need materials to practice on.
No, we got lots.
Oh fuck.
You look around and you notice that there's candles everywhere. There's spices. There's books beyond
No,
books that
I
you've
meant,
ever
like,
seen.
A
You-
piece of armor is an expensive thing.
Right, I'm explaining. So you see tons of books, you see candles, you see spices, you see barrels in the corner, you see a couple of rooms, doors that go off to rooms that you presume you don't know what's in them, but presumably lots of expensive shit. You see a bunch of gems kind of laying around of assorted sizes and qualities and cuts and stuff. And he kind of rests his hand on one very large gem and he goes, let's be honest, we have enough here to do what we need to do for a very long time.
Well, okay. Assuming I was the most charming man you've ever met.
And you are.
Fuck.
It's okay.
I just want to know what you're capable of.
I'm capable of a ton of different stuff. You basically tell me what you want, and I got it. The most often things that people come in for is they want to, up their armor class, by 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, or they want,
how much for
resistance
2?
to a
Let's-
specific damage type.
Let's cut to the chase here, because I'm there. Let's do that. What's +2 for this armor?
About 50,000 gold. I could probably bring it down a little bit, but not by much.
What if I could give you invaluable information to the curative community or the historical society? Like, what if I knew where Bashiok's blade was?
I don't see how that would interest us. We're not interested in weapons of war.
Well, aren't you sweet?
I'm sorry.
What's +1 cost?
That's pretty cheap. It's only like 1,500.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright. He also can do various damage resistance types if you want to be resistant to specific school of damage type or whatever.
Will he throw in resistance for a deal to get AC and resistance? Combo,
The thing about that, though, is you'll be paying for both, and there's a chance that one or the other will stick, or you'll get both. Because with any individual enchantment, you can enchant anything onto any other thing. If there's already an enchantment on it, you run the risk of either overwriting that enchantment or adding to it. It's kind of like a 50-50 kind of trade-off thing. So if you want to try and do both, you'd have to pay for both, but he'll put like AC on first and then try the damage resistance afterwards, but you do run the risk of losing the armor class.
I'm happy with that. What's the odds? If it's good odds, I'll take it. If it's not good odds, I won't take it.
100% on the first enchantment. That'll go on easy.
Yes.
Second one, 50-50.
You mean 25, 25, 25, 25?
No,
Like
50-50.
25% fails, 25% it ends up as one, 25% it ends up with the other, 25% it ends up with both.
No. The base enchantment either gets overwritten or added to the secondary enchantment. So if you have AC on an item,
Okay, never mind.
and you want to add
That's good.
fire to it,
I get it. 1,500 plus what?
1,500.
No, just AC then. I hand him the gold.
Okay.
Oh wait, I only have 1,230
You have
gold
1,800.
on me. Oh,
You
No.
just picked up 1,800 gold.
No, you had to pay him back.
I paid him back 1,800 gold.
I'll give you 300. Right
Oh
now,
yeah,
I
that's
got you.
right. You did.
If you want the other one, I got you for that too. Do you want both? Let's do both. You need both.
Okay.
Let's do both.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put 3,000 on the table. I got you for this.
Okay.
He's being too cool. I feel
The-
outcharmed.
The old man
Okay,
looks at you and he goes, okay, so the second enchantment is going to take a little bit longer. If you guys want to find a tavern, rest up for the night, I'll have it sent to your room.
Okay, what's the closest tavern?
Ah, well, you're in luck. Across the street.
Okay, cool. I turn to
Perfect.
my guys here, and I open up my gear bag so Genko can hear, and I kind of hold him up at chest value so that he's like right below my chin while we talk.
Right.
I figure our next step is Edinbrook. It's gonna suck, and we should probably have a plan going into this situation. I figure we should go to the tavern, get some drinks, do this properly, get drunk, and talk about how we're gonna do this shit, and then storm off in the middle of the night with all of our equipment.
Sounds great.
Aris kind of bursts in the middle of all of you guys and goes, I like this plan, opens the door and walks out.
Good. Okay.
I'm gonna go with her.
All right, old man. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I didn't give it.
Awesome. I'm gonna call you Gramps. You're adorable. Let's shake on $3,000.
Deal.
And I'll be back.
Oh, well, I'll
And-
just have it sent across to the tavern across the street. They'll hold it for you.
Sweet. Okay. We'll be the loud ones. Turn and leave.
Okay.
Let's go to the tavern.
You guys walk across the street. It doesn't take very long. About 8 steps, and you're
What's
in the
the-
tavern.
What's the tavern called?
It's called the Happy Horse Tavern.
The Happy Horse. Okay. What's the atmosphere?
It seems to be pretty downtrodden. There is not any bard playing or anything like that. Everybody's just kind of sitting around. There's 4 different people that you can see, kind of all. 2 of them are at the bar, and 2 of them are sitting at a table to the left wall as you walk in, underneath a window. The bartender is at the bar, and there's a bunch of empty tables, and then there's a staircase to your right that'll go upstairs to the bedrooms.
I'm gonna see. Where's Aris? Because I followed her in.
She's up at the bar getting drinks.
Okay, so I'm with her getting drinks.
Okay.
I'm
I'm gonna
thirsty again.
turn around to Jonesy and say, "Hey, where's your bard? We should get him playing some music in here."
I like that idea. I also kind of want to get a room just so we have privacy, so we can talk about this plan and we're not going to get stopped or interrupted, or the bad guy's going to kind of pick up on it, what's going down. The bad guy. I'm being very careful not to give away any information talking out loud to him in a room like this.
Right.
I lean over to the barkeep and be like, "So what's a room cost?"
He looks at you and goes,
and then I look at my group of friends and I put my arm around Kruven and I go, "What do you charge by the hour?"
The bartender looks at you and he goes, 5 gold a room for the night. I don't care what you do in there. Don't break nothing. Please clean up any fluids."
I flick
Excellent.
5 gold pieces towards him and swing.
I'm gonna climb out of Jones's bag onto his shoulder.
Okay.
Oh, a rat!
He's
The
with
bar-
me.
The bartender's like, "Ah, a rat!" and he's gonna go try and attack you.
Whoop. I'm just gonna put my whole hand over top of his hand. Be like, "Nope,
Oh.
nope, no. It's cool.
He's just like,
it's cool.
"Huh, who the hell brings a rat to a
It's
tavern?
domesticated. This is
Okay.
a magic rat."
Does he do tricks?"
Yeah, he does this one, and I pick him up off the shoulder, and then kind of wiggle him, but like I'm holding him head height so he can.
Right.
Make
Yeah.
him dance.
So he's just wriggling like a normal rat.
Yeah.
The bartender's just like, "That's not a trick. You're just shaking him."
Well, you're supposed to do something after that.
If
And then I
only
just-
you knew
and I
how
drop.
funny this was. Thanks for the drinks. I'm assuming that Aris and Kruven got kind of drinks for everybody.
Yeah, Aris got you all drinks and paid.
Okay, cool.
Arsenic?
Yep.
I'm gonna. Is there a key for the room?
Yeah, hold on. Here we go.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Take the key and I'm gonna head up the stairs. I'm eyeballing
Okay.
the room a little bit. I want to see any of these people look shifty.
No, they just look dirty. You can roll investigation if you want to get a really good look at them, but they just look kind of dirty and. Yeah, okay. The 2 at the bar seem to be muttering something under their breaths. Nothing like disparaging or whatever, just, lamenting the current events. The 2 people in the corner, one of them is crying, and the other one's got his hand over the other figure's shoulder and seems to be trying to calm the other person down.
Cool. This is the other plot line. I don't want to interfere with this yet. Gonna head up the stairs.
Alright,
I'm gonna follow.
what's the rat doing?
Curving. is holding me.
I
Yep.
think
dropped
he was
him on the
being
ground.
Kermit the
Oh.
Frog.
After he didn't do anything fun, I was just like, meh.
You dropped him?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna scoop him up then.
Well, hold on. How much health does a rat have?
1.
Okay. So what happens is when you drop the rat, he went splat onto the floor and turned into Ginkgo, laying on his back like, ow!
That's what he does.
You
That's his magic
motherfucker.
trick.
Ta-da!
The bartender's like, what? That was cool. Can you make any rat turn into people?
If you pay me enough gold.
I got 50 gold.
I need more than that. It's at least 50,000.
I don't
Oh
have
yeah,
that
we're
kind
big
of money.
cities. Entertainment crew. Our bard might come by later. He plays for free though. I smile to
Okay.
myself. If I'm gonna give him a rough description of the gnome, and then tell him he responds best to talking too loud. He's kind of hard of hearing, and snapping a lot in his face.
Okay.
And then smile to myself and head up the stairs looking for the room. I'm just gonna start testing doors because I can't read room numbers.
Okay. You get to the fourth door on the left. So you had to go down all the way on the right side. You get down about 7 doors, and you come back 3 more, and then the key opens up a door.
Cool.
You find 1 bed inside
Awesome.
of a pretty small room.
Okay. And there's is there a table?
1 table with a chair.
Awesome.
I call the
I'm
chair.
I'm gonna pull that up to the edge of the bed, and then I'm gonna put the chair on the other side, and then I'm gonna gesture to the bed for everybody, and then I'm gonna sit in the 1 chair. Unless, Rick, you want the chair?
I called that chair. I want that chair.
It's just your chair. Okay. I'm gonna sit on the floor then, and then let everybody else sit in the bed. I should be tall enough that I can sit on the floor and still see the table.
How tall
Maybe.
are
6'8".
you? You won't be able to see on top of the table because it's like a 4.5 foot tall table.
I'm gonna kneel. Then.
Okay. Okay.
And then I put my hands on the table and I say, "Okay, here's
so
the castle."
you guys are all sitting. Aris sits down across from you, across the table from you, sits cross-legged, and you kind of you don't see where she went from behind you, and then all of a sudden her head pokes up from the table, and she's now sitting like about 1.5 foot of. You can see the top of her head and down to her kind of upper chest area above table. You look under the table and you notice that she's floating about 1 foot off the ground.
Show off. Okay. We need to get to the castle without being detected. Get into the castle. We'll get over the city walls into the castle undetected. Get to the king, and then use this. I reach into the bag, grab the egg. Apparently, this takes away his powers somehow. And then we need to kill him. We're killing
did me
him,
and
right? We're
Ginkgo
not-
go up there?
This isn't a capture thing, right?
Okay. Did we close the door then?
Yeah.
I wanna
I'm assuming you
specify
guys
that.
did.
Sweet. I'm gonna ask Aris if she knows what this egg is. Did we ask her?
You handed it to her when you guys were in the carriage on your way
Okay,
to
that's
last
right.
drink, and she said she didn't want to touch it and handed it back.
Okay.
Your passive wisdom would tell you she knows exactly what it is.
Can you inform us on what this is?
Aris looks at you and goes, "Well, it's an egg. And it's enchanted. With very, very, very powerful Fey magic, which nullifies any kind of invulnerability to anything within 30 meters of it. Anything within 30 meters is mortal. Whether you're a god, a lich, anything.
We don't even need to play hot potato. And also,
You
Wait,
don't need to touch it?
Anything within 30 feet is mortal.
Wow. Well, thank you for coming with us.
Sounds like we
No
need
problem.
to go bowling with the king.
Jonesy the
I would not
Gods.
recommend giving it to him.
I said bowling.
Yeah, and if you throw it at him, he's probably just going to pick it up. and then he'll store it somewhere, and his only weakness will be taken from you forever.
Apparently, Faye don't get my sense of humor.
Not this one. She doesn't like you, remember?
How big is this egg?
It's about the size of an ostrich egg. So a little bit smaller than your head.
Couldn't swallow it then.
No.
Couldn't put it in my butt.
No. You could just carry it in
If
your
you
bag.
trained hard enough.
I mean, you could try.
Train.
I mean, you could probably cram it up in there. You suspect that, due to shaking it and stuff, there's nothing moving around. Like, it's not like an egg of a creature. It's just an egg-shaped magical object.
I'm saying this as Jonesy.
Okay.
To the rest of the guys. I probably couldn't swallow this. Probably couldn't put it on my butt.
RS
And
looks
then
at
I
you
look over
quizzically and goes, "You could probably put it up your butt.
What about a horse's butt?
Why don't you just put it in your bag?"
My bag can get ripped off me. If he finds out that I've got this, I'm gonna be gunning for it. If he see it.
Yeah.
So we wanted this to affect him without him even being able to take it off of us. I think Genko should turn into a horse. We put it in his butt, and then he turns back into a human.
I don't think that would work. Sorry, this is DM speaking, not character speaking. I don't actually know if that would work. Foreign objects, whenever type of magic happens, it gets expelled at the place of which the magic was dispelled. In the same way that, like, a magical mansion, for example, if you had somebody in it and then the magical mansion time faded, everybody that was in the mansion would immediately get plopped out wherever in the world they were.
It's pretty PG, though. I mean, wouldn't you assume that if someone was riding shotgun in a transformer and they transformed, they wouldn't magically appear outside of it? They'd be fucking word salad inside that shit.
If it was a transformer, sure. We're not talking about transformers. We're talking about magic.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'm down for that plan anyway. So
Okay. I'll listen to the voices of reason. just put it in.
RS looks at you guys and goes, "Okay, so let's bang this out one thing at a time." And she pulls out a piece of paper and slaps it down on the desk, grabs a quill with a little bit of her ink blot, and she goes, "Okay, so one task at a time. First, what's our objective?"
Kill the king. The fake
Kill-
king. Oh, sorry, the wizard?
The
What's-
wizard.
What are we
Warlock?
calling him?
The
Warlock-
court
yeah.
wizard? Court wizard.
Does he
Cool.
have a name?
The court wizard.
He does,
Court
but you've
wizard.
never asked for it, so you don't know.
Okay,
Fuck
kill
that
the
court
court
wizard.
wizard.
'Kay.
What Grooven said.
Kill the court wizard. Now, figuring out how we're going to do this, you guys gave him immortality by giving him a crown.
Oop.
He's likely going to be wearing the crown, so you will need to make sure that you keep this egg within 30 feet of him. So, how do we get the egg within 30 feet of him? I'm thinking we have a couple options. One of you carries it.
My skill set is primarily with my hands and a sword. I'm right up against the people I attack, and I assume the hardest to kill.
Yeah.
I figure maybe I should hold it, but
Sure.
if anyone has a better alternative to that, of like someone that wants to be close by but not directly in the line of fire,
either way, I think.
I think that's the best
Yeah,
case.
you should.
Unless-
I think you should probably hold it.
Unless RS, you have some magical thing up your sleeve here.
yeah, you can move stuff. I saw you pick up a barrel and drop
I
water
know,
on
I
that
know
sand
you
golem.
don't. I know you don't want to have it near you, but I don't know if you got some magicalness.
Could you
that
float it nearby? him?
Well, the egg
Stick it up in his
itself.
chandelier?
The egg itself isn't what kept me away from going in. In fact, the egg is a very, very powerful good Fey magic. I suspect the reason I wasn't able to go into the crypts with you guys was because of the evil that resided within that you guys had taken care of, the Revenant, I believe, where you found that sword of yours. She kind of looks over and like notices like the sword sticking on your back. It's like, she's just like, yeah, that
Oh,
thing.
I'm a hip guy, not a back guy.
It's a great sword. You're gonna be piercing it through the floor if it's on your hip right now.
The
It's
Hound
fucking
wore a great sword
huge.
on his hip.
Yeah, but he never sat down on the floor.
Touche.
Anyway, Fair enough. We'll say that you put it down on the ground. So, whatever. So she's like, yeah, so that thing. I'm assuming that the Revenant was the cause of the evil. So, actually being near the egg doesn't really bother me. However, I don't exactly want to touch it. That's not for any kind of weird, subplot or whatever with me. Don't worry about that. It's purely good magic. I can touch it. She reaches out, touches it, and goes, see? Nothing happens. Just, I don't particularly want to die. I've only had this body for about 40 years, and I'd prefer to keep it for a little while because people seem to trust young girls. Except for those ones that want to rape me. But they, look, they're criminals. They had it coming to them. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Anyway, point is, if one of you has it...
What's the next thing on the list?
I got an idea for the egg. Ruben, do you still have your invisibility cloak?
Yeah, I wear it.
We could always wrap the egg around, or wrap the invisibility cloak around the egg.
It only
Set it
goes
down
invisible once a day, though.
What's the duration of it?
Permanent.
Not.
Until you
No?
do something.
We could always just kind of keep it close to us, anywhere near us, and it would be invisible. He would have no idea that it's there.
I should mention, it's not like the Harry Potter cloak where you just kind of put it on, you're invisible. It's something you have to concentrate on using. So the egg would have to attune to it, and then have the sentience to be like, I'm going to go invisible now. And it's an egg. So...
It's magical, though.
Okay.
I could
There's an idea.
put it
It
around.
was a
fair
good
enough.
idea.
It was a good idea. It's a good thought.
No, that's what this meeting is for. Is ideas. Okay. What's the second thing, Aris?
Well, how do we get in? I know a couple ways, and I'm sure you guys know a couple ways.
You sneak in.
I like sneaking,
Said something about the undergroundness. There was an underground tunnel or something, I thought.
Well, I don't remember ever telling you that, but there is.
You did.
Okay. Well, there's a couple
Wasn't
underground
that
tunnels.
drunk.
Fair enough. We could enter through the arena pit and take the alleyways to get to the castle, and then bust into the throne room from there. We could take the sewers and then crawl up through the sewers into one of the, bathhouses within the castle, and then bust into the throne room. Or we could walk through the center of town, being all stealthy, and then bust into the throne room.
All of us stealthy? You can do that?
I'm fairly confident I can give you a little bit.
Do we know how occupied the castle is right now? Is it like kind of derelict and empty, or is it like a full functioning castle?
We
Could probably
were
ask
there.
somebody.
Well, won't we remember? Or has it been too long?
It's been a while since then, and the rumors that you've heard, you haven't heard very many of, but you have heard a little bit, that most of the people have started to stay indoors and not go out at all, and that a lot of the undead attacks coming throughout the kingdom all happen to be coming from the center point of Enbrook. So undead seem to be spawning from there,
From the castle?
from the castle.
I have a thought. I figure our straightest route would be sewers to bathhouse, because it's inside the castle. Sewers are designed to be open and to get through them no problem, and no one's going to really be patrolling them. I assume the undead can crawl around down there as much as they want, but if we cut through the arena and then the alleyways, we're exposed twice, because the alleyways open ground, and the arena is going to be gated and designed to
Possibly guarded.
and possibly guarded. It's gonna be hot, and getting through it might be harder.
I
I
agree.
figured-
I vote sewers. That was why I brought it up.
Solid
Okay.
idea.
We
Sewers
can always
is
take
good.
care of undead. They're easy.
Yeah, we can pick them off, and it's going to be a truncated environment. They're basically going to line up to fall on the sword. So we cut through. We need to find the bathhouse though through the sewers, and I'm no sewer expert.
Hmm.
I mean, we
But-
just follow the largest flow. I mean, the sewers are going to originate from the castle, right? So we just keep going
Yeah.
upstream.
And I would imagine that the most water being used within the kingdom would be from the castle, because you've got to, keep your guards healthy, and the court wizard's going to want to stay showered and stuff. I doubt the
But they're
populace
also
is going to be
usually-
maintaining themselves that much.
They're usually on the highest ground, which makes them the end point of the sewers, right?
Yeah, you just travel
they're gonna be-
upstream.
Keeps traveling upstream.
There might be a downside to traveling through the sewers. What if the court wizard himself has some sort of mental connection or magical connection to the undead if we do run into any in the sewers?
You think he's
He
a
might-
hive mind?
Hmm.
We tip
so.
him off. Yeah, we tip him off.
Well, it's possible that he has arcane wards. Does anybody here know any magical dispelling spells?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so if we trigger
I
a
can
ward,
dispel,
you
but I
immediately
can't
dispel
detect. Yeah.
it. Can anybody detect?
Does identify count?
No.
No, don't think so.
So if we were to trip one of the arcane wards, if there are any, you could just dispel it immediately, and he would probably just assume that something else set it off and immediately disappeared. Maybe.
Maybe.
Like cats
those
setting
words
off
could be
the
anywhere.
perimeter booby traps.
So,
Yeah. Alternatively, I can also cast Pass Without a Trace on us when we're in the sewer, so even traps would be pretty hard to spot us. Any
didn't
kind of
lead
arcane
with that?
wards. Well, I said it a couple minutes ago, that we could just walk right through the middle of town.
We could bump into people in the middle of town, though.
That's what I was worried about. But
Yeah.
let's do both. Let's get the enchantment in the sewers
Go upstream.
and go
Find the,
upstream. I think that's solid. What's next on the plan?
What do we do once we get into the into the castle?
Gotta find the throne room. He's gonna be in the throne room. Megalomaniacs always sit on the throne.
Yeah, I suspect he's going to be in the throne room as well, so we'll have to go, if I remember the structure, from the bathhouse to the entry hall, through one of the ballrooms, through another
we go
hallway,
To the
to
wall.
the wall. Something like that. And then enter through the side door of the throne room. We could probably do that.
Have you been to the castle before, Aris?
Yes, but it's hazy. It was about 150 years ago.
Do you remember if there's a library there?
Oh, yes, there is. There's 3.
I figured we kind
If
of get
he-
our pick of the castle if we
Yeah. Killed
liberate it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, if he is a magic user, he might be studying books to get even more knowledge. So he might not be in the throne room, he might be in a library.
Logical conclusion. But there is 3 of them.
Yeah.
How do you narrow it down?
3. Sorry, what?
There's 3
Three
libraries. How do you narrow it down?
Oh! I thought you said there was 3 like lich evil people here.
What?
Oh, no, no.
What now?
Yeah.
No.
I was
I'd say
double
let's
taking.
try the throne room, and then if he's not there, then we can start picking
Yeah, fan out.
libraries. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a backup plan.
Let's hear it.
This guy's not gonna wanna leave, right? I'm vaguely fire resistant, and I'm good at holding people down. In a bad contingency, if everything starts going sideways, I'm gonna hold on to him as best as I can, and I want you to burn down the building. I'm gonna hold him in the throne room till it gets a little too hot for me, and then I'm gonna blast my way out with these and leave him to die on fire.
There might be a flaw with this plan, Mr. Jonesy. I've heard
Why?
I've heard the I've heard the word warlock thrown around a couple of times as you guys have described him. If he is in fact a warlock, if he has made a demonic pact with any sort of fire realm creature, he may have some sort of resistance or even immunity to fire. Also, that also poses the question, how do you light a stone building on fire?
Lots of stuff burns in a stone building. Castles burn down all the time. Plus,
Sure.
it's smoked out. You ever try
Fair
to
enough.
breathe smoke? You're
Fair
fey.
enough.
Man.
Well, fair enough.
I mean,
But there's still
wood
the chance that he could be
beams,
resistant to the
structure.
fire.
True.
So, just keep that in mind. It's a good plan, though.
Okay. You always hit him with a chair.
Or just high five him to death. That works too.
Solid options, both of you.
Indeed.
I like it. I like that so much. And then who do we install in the castle?
His daughter?
I think. Yeah.
Oh, right.
The rightful heir.
The one that tried to kill us with the Revenant. Sure,
Yeah, the
yeah.
rightful heir. So I'm gonna look at Aris. and ask
Hold on.
her-
One sec. Jonesy, roll a d20. You hear a voice in the back of your mind, very feminine voice that you've heard before, and says, I never tried to kill you. It was a test.
I flick myself in the side of the head really hard.
Okay. Everybody else, you just saw him flick himself in the head really hard for no reason.
The fuck's wrong with you?
It's itchy.
All right, whatever.
So you flick a.
Hey, Aris.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you have anything that could potentially enhance each one of our individual abilities while we fight this court wizard? Temporarily?
One of you, not all of you.
Okay.
I can use enhance ability on any one person, but it's a concentration spell, so I would need to stay concentrated, obviously.
Oh. Ooh. I think you're better off probably helping us, right? I don't know.
Well, maybe. It's kind of one of those in the heat of battle kind of things, I think.
Leave it
Okay.
for that then. If something needs
Good to know.
to happen, take initiative.
Cool.
You're about whatever million years old. You know what's up. You ever fought a court wizard?
I've fought many things. Wizards, a
That's
large
not an
number.
answer. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, rest for the night then?
I could use a good sleep.
Party downstairs. Where's that bard? I had a couple questions to ask him.
I gotta get the longest rest, and I just got beat up in a bar fight. I'm gonna have a nap.
I'm gonna go
you
drink
guys-
some more.
If you guys see my armor, send it up.
Will do. I'm gonna go downstairs.
I'm gonna lay
I'm gonna
down with
read
the
my-
sword.
RS
like
is...
this.
It only requires a short rest to attune, so you can long rest first and then short rest for 30 minutes to attune to it. RS looks at you and he goes, do you mind if I sleep in here too? Not on your bed. Nothing weird like that.
Why is it weird? Why are you making it weird? You're making it weird.
I'm just saying I'm not a dragon.
I'm not gonna have sex with you.
Okay, cool.
But it's a big enough bed. You can sleep on one side and I can sleep on the other side. Platonically, we could achieve this. Honestly, I don't know why you're making it weird.
I don't know if you saw my room at my mom's house. I don't need a bed. And she
I did
kind
not
of, she
see
just,
your room at your mom's house.
she looks at you and goes,
I
Good
I
night,
feel like
and
she's
kinda-
really-
rolls over, and you see her now floating about a foot above the ground, rolled over, kind of looking away from you, and then her body just kind of floats up to the corner of the roof, and it's like pinned right up in the corner. If
Yeah,
you
that makes
didn't
me
watch this,
completely
you would never have
unsettled.
seen it.
It makes me incredibly unsettled, and I'm just gonna like look at the sword instead and just be like, "Why is this more comforting? It shouldn't be more comforting." I understand
Okay.
this, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right.
I'm gonna pull out my newly purchased book and read it for a couple of hours.
Okay. So you right in the floor in that room, or are you going downstairs?
No, I'm still sitting in the chair. propped up like this, reading on the table.
Okay, are you going to attempt to learn spells?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have to resolve that once the other two start doing their rest. We're getting pretty close to break here, so we'll quickly resolve what the other two are doing, and then we'll come back and do that during break. So, elves, what are you guys doing?
Going downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys walk back downstairs, and there is only one person left at the bar. He looks to have fallen asleep in his mug, and the bartender is kind of grumbling underneath his, as he's kind of wiping the counter and, grabbing some food and eating it and looking over and just kind of grumbling to himself that somebody's actually fallen asleep. You can tell because of your passive perception that what he's grumbling under his breath is, can't kick him out, hasn't paid yet. Not going to just kick him out and allow him to drink for free. So you can tell that he's a little annoyed that this guy fell asleep in his drink without paying, and that's why he's...
I'm gonna go over and ask him for drinks for the two of us, and motion for Ginkgo to ask for whatever he wants, and then see how much the guy owes him, the bartender.
He just tells you that he only owes him for the one drink, 1 gold piece.
How much? Okay, I'll pay for that one. So here's the
Okay.
gold piece, and then I'll pay for our drinks too.
He says, "Excellent!" He walks over and then slaps right next to the guy's head. And the guy starts awake, and he's like, what happened? He's like, "Get out, you're drunk and asleep." And he's like, "Okay," and he grabs his drink, downs it, and then just walks out of the tavern. And the bartender comes back to you, he's like, "Thank you."
No problem.
And then he
just gonna
pulls out
slide
a
over.
mug and fills it full of ale and hands it to you.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem.
I'm gonna ask for an ale too and ask him to fill up my water skin with some wine.
Okay. So he does both of that and hands them back to you.
Alright. Start drinking.
Alright. So we're about to go here. We're about to go to break here. Is there anything you guys want to specifically do before we go on the break? Or do you guys need a rest, etc., etc.?
No. Side note, did you ever get the notes for the potions that I asked for last
Yes, I did. Where did I write it?
Because I want to be brewing some of those, or get it ready, get the ingredients ready, so you can brew them.
Potion of Frost Giant Strength and
You just want
reverse.
to send it to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you on Discord during break.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to drink for 4 hours and then meditate to
I don't
lapse
even
the
need
rest of the
to.
time, or do you
I'll
guys
do
want to
that.
just drink until they wake up?
I'll drink for 4 and
all the time.
meditate.
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
the same.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to drink all the time.
All right. Then with that, we will go to break real quick. Be gone for 5 minutes or so. Let everybody bio up, grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever they got to do. When we come back, we will continue on with the adventure. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.